Hey everyone, it's Deb from the Maniology team back with another weekly live every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. Hawaii Standard Time. You can find us here on another nail stamping journey. Whether it's a tutorial, technique, or hack, we're here to discuss the details and we're so happy you could join. Also, if you love seeing our content and you love seeing every single time we upload a new live or Mani by Me unboxing, make sure to hit that subscribe button so that way you can stay up to date on all of our videos. You'll get a notification every single time we go live or every single time we upload something new. So make sure that you hit subscribe, and also feel free to share with us any of your ideas or comments that you have for future lives. We love hearing from you and we're so happy you could join us today. Hi everyone. Tiana is here with us helping out on the live. I see lots of familiar names. Hi Anna. And I see Grandma Whimsy, Polly's girl. Got lots and lots of friends here. So happy you could be with us. Okay, so my brain is a little frazzled, not gonna lie. I have a lot planned for you all today. Tiana was telling me to keep it simple, and of course, I'm not the girl for that, so so we're gonna really get into some stuff. Also, make sure you buckle up because again, this is gonna be a long live, and you guys want to see nail art that I would do on myself, designs that I like. So this is going to be all about that. For those of you who aren't familiar, the theme this week is FAIRYCORE. Are you guys familiar with that? FAIRYCORE is fairy inspired, just like how it sounds. Also, when you look up nail art designs that are FAIRYCORE aesthetic, or if you even just look up FAIRYCORE on Pinterest, you'll notice that there's a lot of green, pink, and milky white. So those are going to be the three main colors we're using today. And specifically, it is pink like this, like Cinnablush B313 or Rind B346. It's these two colors that you'll see a lot of, and then also a nice milky white. So I talked about this before, but the 7-in-1 potion base coat is awesome, and I'm going to show you guys some really cool tricks to do with that. So to start, do you guys remember this tool? We're going to be using this tool today. I first need to take a cotton pad, and then we're going to put some acetone, 100% acetone. Then I'm just going to go ahead and do this to my cotton, my little sponge. I want to make sure it's clean. It has a little bit of polish on it from earlier that I was using. So we're just going to try and get that off. Also, when I do this and I'm just gently patting, it makes the sponge softer. So if you've noticed when you've used this before, after you use it, the polish makes the sponge hard. So to soften it up again, you can just take 100% acetone and just lightly tap, tap, tap. Then once that happens, you're going to want to go ahead and clean off your sponge by using your sticky stamper station. So just tap here, that way we can get any little linty things off. Okay, next you're going to need a clear nail tip. Here, let me put a little clear nail tip in here for you guys. Or, well, you don't have to use a clear nail tip. You'd just be doing this on your nail. So on a plain nail, or you could have just base coat, you're going to take your 7-in-1. I figured this out recently, and I can't wait to share this trick with you because this acts like, in gel we call it a slip layer. So this is going to act like a slip layer. You're going to put a bunch of it all over your sponge. Whoops, that was kind of a lot. And then we're going to take Cinnablush. And you're just going to take a little Cinnablush and draw an oval like that. Oh. So you have something that looks like this. Then you're gonna go ahead and start sponging it on the nail. And then you're gonna have something like that. And this is how you create blush nails or ombre nails. Or sorry, blush nails or aura nails. So I figured this trick out recently and I'm super stoked about it. It's really hard to do aura nails or blush nails with regular polish. It's a lot easier to do it with gel. But I finally figured out a trick so that way you can get perfect blush nails every single time. And the trick is to make sure you have the 7-in-1 base coat because that acts as a slip layer. Be careful also when you're sponging. Look at this. I kind of added a little too much to one side. So I have to give it a few seconds and then I'm going to have to go in and pat, pat, pat. So there we go. Waited a couple of seconds. See if I can soften that out. Yep, I was able to soften it out just a little bit. So we're just going to give that a couple seconds to dry because if you pat too much, it's going to cause you to pull up the polish underneath. So my sponge is a little bit dry, so now I'm going to go ahead and add more of that 7-in-1 base. But honestly, this has been amazing for giving me that really soft diffused look. And you have to put some on the sponge before you apply your color, because if not, it's just going to be a really harsh line and you're not going to get that soft little blush look that you want. So again, we're just going to line that up. Then you're going to have something like that. So we're going to just wait a couple seconds. I'm going to try and fix this small area over here. And I think that looks pretty good. So if it's not perfect, it's okay. And also, to be fair, I'm kind of rushing just because I know all the things we have to do today. And we have a lot that we're doing today. I also might have snuck in a few extra sneaky looks at the end. So we're going to have to go through those as well. So it's a big day. So once you have a perfect little oval shape, you're going to go ahead and take your 7-in-1 base again, and you're going to do a thick coat over. And this helps to diffuse those harsh outlines. So when I say a thick, I mean thick. Plus, I really like the way the milky white looks. And then you're going to have something that looks like this. And we're going to let that dry for a second. After it dries, because this is going to take a moment, so that's why I'm just going to put it on the side for now. After it dries, you're going to want to take your Seaweed B477 and apply one coat over the entire nail. So let me move things around. So once this dries, you're going to apply one coat of this over the entire nail. And then that is how you get this. Isn't it so cute? You can see the pink in the center. You kind of have that shimmer. And on top of that, you have that milky white edge. Yeah, see, I don't have time to wait for this to dry right now. That's why I already did it earlier for you all. Because I was like, we don't have time. I have so many things I need to cover with you guys. Like, I do not have time. But this is what the base looks like once you do all those steps. And so now that we have a dried version of the same designs that we did earlier, we're going to take plate 280 and we're going to use, where is it? Rind. So B346. And this is going to be level 1 easy FAIRYCORE nail art. Things are going to progress and get harder as we go on, but let's start off with like the fun, easy, chill designs. Tiana's laughing over here. She says chill designs. After I told you guys we're going to do an blush ombre. But honestly, the blush ombre is so much easier using the 7-in-1 base. Because I've done the blush ombre without the 7-in-1 base, and that is very difficult. With regular stamping polish, yeah, that's like expert level to get it to look flawless. Okay, so now we have our design. Just gonna stamp it on the nail. Ta-da! We have a cute little mushroom design. You have the pink base that comes through. It's kind of hard. Obviously, if I put my pink hands underneath, you're probably not going to be able to see it very well. So let me see if I have like a white. So there, you can see the pink a lot better. For those of you who are asking, what is the 7-in-1 base? It's this. It's a milky white base coat, and you can use it as a base coat, but I like using it for all kinds of art things. So if you're asking whether you need this, you do. 7-in-1 can do so many things. So many things. And eventually I do want to create a live on that because I think we have a lot to discuss. So this was plate M280 for those of you who are like, how did we get this super cute mushroom design? So this is look number 1. Pretty straightforward. On the easier side, I want to say. Yes, the base was kind of, you know, more difficult, but I have faith in you. Okay, so the next one. Yes, Mystic Kitten is asking, would this work as a milky white base? That's the reason why I love this. It can. It is very sheer, so if you're going to have it as a thick milky white, like how I did here, so this is what it looks like with, hold on, the sticky is getting all stuck. So this is what it looks like. Don't mind that. That's just a sticky to adhere the tip on, but this is what it looks like with maybe one really, really thick coat. Or you could do 2 thin coats and you have like this really soft white cast. I like this a lot because this is a very trendy color that's happening for spring. These 3 colors together actually have been very, very trendy. Also with a little bit of like chrome powder, green chrome powder, I noticed that look together, these colors. So like the green chrome, this kind of mossy green, and then this blush pink that has been all over social media. And since I didn't want to use a chrome powder, I decided we could just use seaweed instead. So let's move on to the next look. And this one is going to be with plate MXM 124. Now, if you don't have this plate, this was a part of our Mani by Me box. If you love what you're seeing here, I highly, highly recommend you grab the box now because on the 23rd we switch over to the new box. So I wanted to use this because I am loving the designs on here so much. I have it on my middle finger. Yeah, I really like this design. So we're gonna move on, and for this we're going to be using the 7-1 as the base color, and then we're gonna use straight up black, B171. And you're gonna grab clean stamper and scraper. This is also a pretty easy look. So I think you guys will be happy. I'm giving you some quick ones, and then I'm going to give you some intermediate and advanced as well. Okay, so pick the design up with your stamper. Just gonna, actually I don't even need to mess with all of this stuff because I don't think the tip is long enough to even get any of that. Now we're just gonna apply this over the whole nail like that. And then you can do this two ways. If you want to, you can go ahead and apply a smudge-free top coat and let that dry. I do not have the patience today. As you guys know, I'm always running short on patience, and especially today because we have so many things to do. I can't be bothered. So, since I cannot be bothered, I'm just gonna go ahead and apply a lot here. And I'm gonna kind of do a bigger layer so that way it's not gathering in one particular spot. And then I'm gonna just do that. So this is gonna be a lot quicker. I'm not gonna have to use the smudge-free top coat for this. And we're just gonna give this a couple of seconds to dry, and then I'm gonna stamp this on the nail. So this is a faster way for me to apply the color here without having to use the smudge-free topper or the aqua topper. If you have the time, applying the aqua topper or the smudge-free topper would be better because you're going to be able to guarantee consistency, especially if you do all your nails. However, if you're like me and you do not have the time, which I do not today, this is a faster route. Now let me see if it's dry enough. No, not exactly. So we just have to give this a couple more seconds before we move on. But so far, oh yay, you got to order the aqua topper bees. I'm very excited for you. It's an awesome product. Yeah, we have so many things, so many things. I'm trying to do like 7 or 8 designs today, even though I said 5. Tiana doesn't know that yet, but she will. So let's see. Yeah, that's dry enough, I think. Oh yeah, look at her. She is beautiful. Okay, let's see if I can remove the tip off this thing. The sticky is getting all stuck to it on the back. Look at it. It's so pretty. Oh, okay, here. Where's the white background again? Look at this gorgeous, like, dragonfly wing. Yes, it's dry enough. I think I see your fingerprints on my nails. Yes, exactly. Look at this very easy dragonfly wing. All we had to do is apply the 7-in-1 base coat, stamp in black, and then we just applied a very thin layer of that seaweed base. So this was design number 2. Very chill, very easy, high impact. Yes, it's a wow, Pam, for sure. Oh, Tiana wants to see. Look, we just did this one. We stamped on the seaweed instead of painting it on because I have 0 patience. Tiana is giggling. She's not surprised at all. She knows my MO. Okay, so that is design number 2. Now we have design number 3. For the most part today, we're only going to be using like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 6 colors, and 2 of them is black and white. So honestly, this is going to be a very, very nice live for a lot of people if you don't have too many colors. Now let's see, what was I doing for the next design? This one. So this, we're going to jump into a bit of reverse stamping now. So everyone get ready. We are going to stamp this design here. And we are going to be using green. Well, wait, Let me think for a second. Black. We're using black. And I'm going to switch to my handy dandy double-ended stamper. For those of you who know, you know that I absolutely love my double-ended stamper. So, oh, I forgot to tell you what plate we're using. M066. This is an oldie but goodie. We love this plate so much. Okay. We're going to clean up the excess, and then we are going to take our detail brush and we're going to take seaweed again, and we're going to color in the design with seaweed. I love bug plates too, gloss. Not crazy about touching bugs, but I absolutely love looking at any type of bug stuff. I mean, butterflies and moths, those are okay, but like I don't want to touch roaches. I'm good on that.
That's a hard pass.
Yeah, that's a hard pass for me too. So we're just doing very simple reverse stamping today. Kind of. Well, for this part, we're doing very simple reverse stamping. I had so many ideas for FAIRYCORE, especially when I looked at all their plates. We have tons and tons and tons of floral things. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. So now we have to wait and let this dry. While that's happening, I'm gonna go back to that tip that we did our little ombre to earlier, and I'm gonna go ahead and paint seaweed. Actually, no, never mind. Scratch that. I have an idea for that later. We won't talk about it. We'll just wait until we get there. So now we wait. Or, okay, you guys let me know. Should we wait for this to dry, or should we just like go on to the next design and start working on that? I have a feeling we should just go on to the next design, because if not, you guys are just gonna be sitting here watching me do nothing. So let's move on to our next design. I am going to need, or you're going to need, black stamping polish and Cinnablush and a stamper. So here's my stamper. Oh yeah, this is the next one. And then my plate. Okay, so we are going to be doing this design. You're going to need your black stamping polish. So if you're wondering, why am I not showing you how to create the base for this design? Because it's the exact same as the first base that I created earlier. It's just in a different color. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and remove the leaves because I don't want those right now. So I just want the little mushrooms. And then I'm gonna go ahead and take this pink that we have. So when you all asked, we want to see how you create your nail art, we want to see nail art that I would wear, these are all looks I would wear. These ones aren't so hard to achieve, but it just does take a little time. Especially if you're trying to do many fingers. Okay, now let's turn it over. Our little mushrooms are colored. The stamper's a little fuzzy. Doesn't even matter. Clearly, I'm just rolling with it. Honestly, nothing can really mess up my stamping. Like, people are like, what about my torn stamper? What about, you know, the fact that my stamper's cloudy? If you all knew what I'm constantly working with on the daily, you guys would be shocked because you're like, wait, don't you have like all your stampers look perfect and aesthetic? No, that's not me. I'm a very realistic stamper. I use my stampers until they look crazy, and even then, once they look
beyond.
Yeah. And once they get milky, guess what? I'm using it for powders. So honestly, I am a recycle reuse girly. So now that that is done, I think I also want to color in my little stars here. Even my sticky stamper sheets, it's like, okay, so now the sticky part is done and I can't use it for other things, or I've used the paper side of the sheet to draw whatever notes and that's done. So then I just end up flipping it over and using it like this. So we reuse everything. Okay, put this on the side. Let's take a look at our butterfly. Is it dry? It's kind of hard to tell right now. I think like there's a little bit of a fingerprint, but I'm not sure if it's like the kind of fingerprint where it's like if I transfer it, it's going to be smudged, or if I transfer it, it's going to be perfectly tacky. I don't know. Let's see. I'm fine. Okay. If you say so. Oh, I'm fine. Yay. Okay, so that did work out. Actually, dang it. See, I should have listened to my first thought. My first thought was actually to use this butterfly so that way I only get the center parts, and I think that would have been really cute. I wish I had done that now when I'm looking at this, but I still think this looks cute. I just think I would have liked the look of having, whoops. Hold on, let me show you guys what it would have looked like. Majority of the nail would have been covered, especially the center, and it would have been like that. So that I think would have been really, really cute. But I still like the way that this turned out. It still looks good. But I think I would have preferred that. So next time, I'll have to remember. But this, you get some little green sparkle in the wings. Very simple, very easy. Again, I would say on a scale of 1 being the easiest, 5 being the hardest, this is like level 3. Okay, so now we have to go to this design. I think this is dried. To be safe though, I'm going to be using the sticky base coat since there's so many tiny lines in this right here, and I want to make sure I get them all. So we're gonna go ahead and apply the sticky base. Give that a few seconds to dry. So I think we have to wait about, what, 30 seconds? And then we'll transfer this design. So let's see. Did I tell you? I told you guys what this plate was earlier, right? Maybe not. M444. That's the plate that we used. And I specifically wanted this design because it looks like one of the images in the thumbnails. We did like a little collage and it had these cute little pink looking mushrooms. So that was the inspiration. Okay, let's see, is this dry? Yep, dry enough. Perfect transfer. Now let's go back and get those leaves. I took them away earlier because I wanted to stamp them in green, but then I'm like, I don't know if that really makes sense considering the base is already green. So let's try and use the black that I should have done earlier. And we're gonna have to put that back. So had I just left well enough alone, I think it would have been easier for me. Oh, but I think part of the issue was I was using the ice cube stamper, and for this kind of stuff, I would prefer to use my double-ended. Okay, so now I have to come over here and remove all these bits with the end of my scraper card. I basically have to put back what I took out. Okay, so this is what I took away. Now let's see if I can put it back. I did. Voila. Okay. Now, here is the coup de grace. And I also forgot to do it on this. We're going back to that design. There was one other thing that I wanted to do, and I wanted to show you all. Now, again, you don't have to do this. You don't have to be lemon difficult. You can make things easy, as simple or as hard as you want. However, it drives me crazy that I don't have a little bit of this green in there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take green polish, the Rhine polish from earlier, and I'm going to take a long striping brush. Now we want to saturate the brush in the polish, but not so much that it pulls up. So if you look at my brush, it's saturated, but there's no pooling. And usually pooling will look like a little, what is it called? It's gonna look like a dot at the end of your brush. And that means all the polish is pooling to the tip. And if you have that issue, you're gonna have an uneven line. So now, because I didn't want to leave well enough alone, we're gonna go ahead and line the entire nail with this pretty green. Tiana was laughing when I said I didn't want to leave well enough alone. But you all asked, how do I do my nails? What is it that I'm doing? These are the things that I'm doing. Is my nail art? Sometimes my nail art is easy, but most times it's not. But I like that. I like the challenge.
We're not here to be ordinary.
No, we're not. We're not here to be ordinary. I mean, honestly, if we were here to be ordinary, I don't think any of you would be here because you chose to stamp. You could have lived your life with just plain one color nails, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, don't get me wrong. You could have chose that life, but that's not the life that you chose. You chose to be a stamper. You wanted to be different with your cute nails. And so here we are doing cute nail art together. So in case you guys are wondering, what brush is this? It's the one that came in our Halloween countdown calendar last year. Okay, so that's the look. I actually really like the way this turned out. I love the little outline around the nail. I love that look. I always really like that look on any nail art. I've seen the outline many times. It always looks cute every single time. It just helps add a little something extra. See, right? It is cute. Just a little outline. So simple. Okay, now I have to clean off my brush because it's all gunked up with polish. And there we go. All right, time to choose violence. So here we go. Plate M178. And we are going to reverse stamp, and it's going to get serious reverse stamping. This is the design. We probably will only be able to fit maybe this much of it on the nail. I don't know what the name of this flower is. I think it's here, but I also have seen flowers that look like this, and they're called Lily of the Valley. I think the thumbnail that you guys see has the Lily of the Valley like image in it, and I thought it just looks so cute, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. We're gonna reverse stamp it, and it's gonna be a whole thing, and I can't wait to do that with you. So for this one, I'm gonna choose this stamper because it's such a large image that we're reverse stamping that I think it would be better to have my large stamper, so that way it makes it easier to see everything, and I know that the image isn't gonna get distorted. Because after reverse stamping all that detail work, no one wants to have a design that ends up getting distorted when you stamp it onto the nail, because that happens sometimes and it sucks a lot. Okay, so we used straight up black, and then we used plate M178, and the base here that I'm using is the 7-in-1 base potion, or potion base coat, and then we did one coat of seaweed, B477. So that's these two together makes this base. Now we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna kind of measure how much of the design I can get onto the nail, so that way I know what I need to color and what I don't need to color. So I want to get a little bit of that leaf on, and I'm gonna do my reverse stamping now. Okay, let me clean off my brush again, and oh, I almost tattled and showed you guys something that's coming up. I'm very excited. Okay, I can't talk about it, and I know you're gonna ask questions because I'm obviously opening up a can of worms by saying I can't talk about it, and then proceeding to kind of talk about it. And I get that, but you only have to wait one more day. So I'm really excited about the next Mani by Me that is coming up. It's really flippin' awesome, and there's a lot of things on that I really like, and I can't wait for you all to check it out tomorrow. So yeah, That's all I can say about that. Now, on to our reverse stamping. And this is going to be by far the hardest look, I think, that we're doing because this is an intense reverse stamping. I just saw someone say, ah! I know, I'm sorry. I had to tell you how I felt. Friends are honest with each other. Except I can only be so honest because I have to keep secrets too. I can't tell you guys everything. I wish I could. Like, imagine, like, I know it's hard for all of you, but imagine how hard it is for me, considering the fact that I know so much information and I can't tell anybody.
How careful we have to be.
Yeah, we have to be so careful. I can't say anything. And like, you know, it's not like, oh, I only know 1 month in advance. No, it's like I know like what pretty much the whole year is going to look like and I can't say a single thing. I just have to wait until you guys find out. That's a tall ask. It's a lot of knowledge and responsibility. Someone asked, what brush am I using? So this is a 3-piece brush set that is sold on our site, I believe, and it was from a previous Mani by Me box. That's why if you're not a subscriber, honestly, I don't know what you're doing because we got all kinds of goodies. And let me tell you, the year is looking very stacked. I am excited for our upcoming Mani by Me boxes, our upcoming surprise gifts. A lot of different things going on this year.
If we're still talking about tomorrow, I'm excited about the gift for tomorrow.
Oh, Tiana, I don't know if you guys heard Tiana, but she said, if we're still talking about tomorrow, I'm excited for the gift that we have in tomorrow's.
And now I won't say anything.
Yeah, she can't say anything else, but she said the gift that we have coming out in tomorrow's Mani by Me is going to be.
Peek anyway.
Yeah, the sneak peek is going to be a really good one. And she's not wrong. It is really good. It's also really cute. But again, that's all we can say. I feel like we've said a lot. Stella, what do you mean you have a bucket? Do you have like a bet going? Is that what that means? I don't know if you guys could guess it. I really question whether you'd be able to guess the theme or not.
Glossfield says, what I'm hearing is I should be prepared to be broke.
Yes, absolutely. This year looks like it's going to be a tough year on bank accounts, but lots of happy people. That is my prediction for the year. Oh, Kimmy, that's what you mean. Okay, yeah, that's smart. Yeah, I need a bucket also.
I need like 5.
We need buckets. We need buckets of cash. Or any type of wealthy donors would also work. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and color our flower. But yeah, this year is looking very, very good for the Mani by Me. There's so many cool things. And I'm so excited for everyone who's a subscriber because I'm telling you, it's just going to get better and better. I really like this month's theme quite a bit as well. I mean, you can tell I'm wearing it on my nails. I love the dragonflies. Oop. Turn this around. man, it is gnat season in Hawaii, and it's not great. Okay. Let's see if I colored everything in properly. Sometimes it's hard to tell what is the stem and what is not. Will there be a live unboxing this month? Unfortunately, there will not be. So Tiana and I, our schedules have been really, really busy. And also we just kind of figured out that it's a lot easier for us to do more recorded for specifically the Mani by Me because it needs to be both of us. We're not always in the office at the same time. And sometimes we have different schedules. So unfortunately, it is going to be a recording. However, I don't think that you should not watch it. I think you should still absolutely watch it because hello, I know you want to see all the things that are in the box. And also the live in particular for this Mani by Me, it's a good one. Tiana was shocked. She was like, wow, she said I went all out for the live. So it's a really good live. Again, I think it's just because I was really feeling the vibe. I really like it. So I did go all out. And you guys should go check that out when it's time because I think you'll be quite happy with how I show you all sorts of cool things. Okay, I think that's I don't know if this center part is a flower or a stem. I'm coloring it green, calling it a stem. Like, what is that right there? I'm not sure. Aw, Lily of the Valley is your birth flower. I know Lily of the Valley is usually white, but because the vibe and the aesthetic was this green, pink thing going on, and the image that I saw was a heavily edited image. So they put like a pink filter on it. I just had to color it. I had to color it pink and green. But I bet Lily of the Valley using, if the flowers were like this milky white base and then had a little bit of this, that could be a really fun idea. Okay, so everyone agrees it's the stem. I'm coloring it then. We're just gonna color it all green. Okay, I think that pretty much does it for this part because let me see if I can. Yeah, I think I better color the other parts. It looks like it might just show, and just in case it does, I don't want it to be messed up. So I think this one down here is a flower. And then let me color in this green here. Is anyone watching any new shows? I started watching Damsel, I think, on Netflix.
Oh, that's the one with Millie.
Millie Bobby Brown.
She's so cute.
She is. She also reminds me of another actress. I don't know if it's like Natalie Portman or something.
She does kind of give off.
Yes, she does, right? Okay, I wasn't just imagining it. Yeah, she kind of gives off a Natalie Portman vibe.
And I love Natalie Portman too.
Same.
Kimmy, she goes, because they were both famously bald. That's
Oh,
funny
that
too, that
is
happens to
funny.
be the case. I love Natalie Portman in V for Vendetta.
Oh, yeah, yeah, she was really good in that.
Yeah, she was a total badass. But
Even in Black Swan, she was also really good. She's just a good actress.
yeah, that was twisted. But she, no, I don't know. Even the look too.
Mm-hmm. I think I saw her in another one too that was really cute. It was like Mr. Magoo's Toy Factory or something like that, and it was really cute. She just played it very well. Okay, so now we have to wait for this to dry.
I
And
liked her in Enola Holmes too. She did a really good job in that.
I think while we wait for this to dry. Oh, Mr. Megorium's Wonder Emporium. That's right, Mr. Magoo. I'm so happy you guys knew exactly what I was talking about. I really rely on that. Power of suggestion. Remember I talked about power of suggestion with nail art? Well, my power of suggestion with words is also something I heavily rely on.
That's okay, they got it though.
You did. You guys did get it. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this on the side. Now we're going to move on to the designs that I told you, like, are we going to do something chill? Are we not? No, we're not. We are going to do more nail art, so that's going to be fun. Okay, let's start off with this one. So that is the base that we painted earlier. Again, I'm doing pretty much like the same base for everything, but look at how drastically different each of the nail art looks. Oh, I love it. This could be, I mean, it could be like a really, this could all work together as a manicure. It's kind of an odd mishmash, but I could see it. I notice that nowadays, like, nail art that is trending online for, like, this is not just stamping, this is like nail tech, nail art stuff. A lot of it for the younger generations is very abstract. It's like every nail is different. It's really fun. And a lot of 3D stuff, which I like. But also lots of like funky color combos. So for example, I don't think I would naturally have put these colors together. I know that pink and green works together very well, but these types of shades, these more dusty, earthy shades, I don't think that would have been a natural go-to, but I like the way it looks, and I'm really liking the way it's turning out. I really like this one. Okay, so now we're gonna go into designs that I want to show you that I think were really fun, but weren't included on my list of nail art. So this design, I really like this design. This plate M127. It's so cute. It's giving Fern Gully vibes for sure. I think what I like is this little, like, I don't know if this is like English ivy or something that is kind of coming out over here, and I think that's just the cutest. So on this base, now we're gonna go ahead and use rind again. I don't even think we use the white like I'd mentioned before. I don't think I really want to use the white anymore. And then, oh, whoops. Oh, wow. Here we go. This is our design. Now we're gonna stamp it. Right there. So, if you wanted, you could go back to this plate and you could stamp one of these designs in the center. I didn't have plans to do that. I actually just wanted to leave it like this with a topper. So let me show you how I wanted to top it. But now, after talking to you guys and thinking this out, I want to add another design on there. So I was planning to just do this and then our topper. Again, the little fairy in the middle would be perfect. I'm not going to add fairy because I don't have a fairy on me. However, if you had our past Mani by Me boxes, you do have fairies. But since I don't have a fairy, I do have bunch of butterflies and dragonflies, and I think that would be perfect for this. I am also impatient and do not plan on waiting for the polish to dry. So I'm going to stamp this seaweed color over the whole nail. And we're going to watch the green have this little shine over it, and I think it's going to be really cute. Right? Isn't that a perfect little window to add a fairy? And again, I don't have the fairy plates near me. However, I bet you guys have it in your Mani by Me collection. So you could go ahead and add a little fairy right to the center. Okay, let's see. Did this dry? Yes. Yes, it did. Perfect. Because I do not want to wait any longer. And now, look, we have like this really glossy, green, iridescent coating over the whole design, and it just looks so cute. Another thing and word about stamping on these types of special effects polishes, when you stamp them on, it actually makes the polish application thinner. So if you are trying to hide unsightly things, for example, actually, can you even tell here? No, you can't. For example, if I did the Aura Ombre and the line is a little bit harsher than I'd like to, brushing on the polish straight from the bottle using the brush in here, that will be the best way to hide the harsh lines. Now, if you want to make sure your art is nice and clear, especially if you have like fine line, super tiny details, then brushing on may cause your art to look distorted just because the coat is going to be thicker when you brush it on than if you stamp it on. If you stamp it on, it is the thinnest possible coat. So with that means you're going to get higher visibility. But if it's something that has like shimmers or something like that, it's going to be higher visibility, less shimmers. However, since this polish doesn't have any shimmers and it's still like, it's just a smooth kind of pearly finish, it just means that we're going to get a really thin coat of that, and we're going to see the smooth pearly stuff without getting milkiness or distortion and it accidentally covering up part of our art. We do have a plate that had dragons on it. So if you haven't seen it, it was one of our past Mani by Me. It was our Mythical Creatures Mani by Me. So this was maybe a couple years back. We might still have something on the site, maybe, maybe not. I would highly recommend you check that out though. I think I'm gonna go ahead and add, wait, let me see, where's the hole facing? Okay, yep, I'm gonna add this tiny little butterfly, and I'm gonna do it in, I was gonna do it in black, but black might be kind of harsh. Maybe we'll just do it in green. I think green is safer since, yeah. My brain is trying to think right now, what would be the most attractive? I think the green will be safe. I think the black is gonna be really, really harsh. And if I wanted to do black, I probably should have done it before I applied that layer of seaweed over. There we go. So you also could have put the butterfly underneath before I did the seaweed, but I think my original thoughts was I was gonna do the butterfly in a different color. And then I realized I think I just want it to all look kind of the same. So this is our 6th design. Now we can probably go back and apply that really, really nice stamp design that we reverse colored. Okay. I think this is dry enough. Okay, so let's apply a coat of our sticky base over the whole nail because I don't want to mess this up. So we're gonna have to give that maybe 30 seconds to dry. While that's going, let's switch over, and I showed you one extra design. Oh, Kim, I'm so happy you were able to join our live today. We had so many things to discuss. Now the second, which is actually the 7th design that we're gonna do is going to be with this. So to get this seamless ombre, I did the same trick as I did with the aura. So I applied, you can do this over a regular base coat, and then you're gonna take a sponge and you're gonna apply your solid color. So I applied the solid color here. And then I took the 7-in-1 base coat and applied it from here down. So solid color was half the sponge. Then 7-in-1 base coat was like 3/4 the sponge. So I overlapped here. And then I went, and then I used my seaweed over. And that's how you get this perfectly smooth, pretty finish. Let's see. Is this dry enough? I think so. Yay! Okay, let me see if I can cut some of this junk away. No. I'm just gonna rip some of it away. There we go. So this is our 5th design that's completed. This is our 6th design. And then we're doing one more, and this is gonna be our 7th. So for this, we are gonna be using this right here. And you're gonna use straight up black. So again, this is from the Mani by Me Sky Dancers. So this is our most recent Mani by Me, MXM 124. And you still have time to get it if you love it. So make sure you pick that up before we switch over to the new theme. So now we have our design. Whoops. And I'm going to try and center this. Now you have a really cute butterfly wing nail. So if you want, you can outline the whole nail with a thin liner brush, like how I have, and with black. So you just outline the whole nail. It helps to give the nail a very finished look. Now let's see. I may or may not have, oh yeah. So this is the last one. This is design number 8. This is the very last design, and then we're gonna be done. It's plate M195, and we are going to be using this design. I keep having this design on my mind, so I think it'd be really good to do it. We did this base, which was something that I showed you guys earlier. So if you missed how to do that trick, I highly recommend you rewind, take a look. It's so easy, and the 7-in-1 makes your life so simple. We're gonna go ahead and use Rhine again. And we're gonna scrape, pick up the design. And then we have this cute little viney kind of, again, ivy, or this kind of looks more like a pothos look. And then I want to take the pink and use our liner brush. And I'm gonna go ahead and line this all around the nail. So. Using the longest liner brush you have makes this a lot easier. And all you have to do is do the sides of the nail first. Like this, and then you do the top. Because then all you have to do is connect those two sides. So, if you decide to do something like this, make sure to balance your pinky finger on your index finger, like how I'm doing here. It helps to stabilize your hand, so that way when you're painting, you don't have to struggle and get the wiggles. Also, if you hold your breath, it's even better. I'm not gonna lie. So this is for real. I promise you, these are techniques that all really skilled nail technicians who do a lot of freehand, they all do these same things. And the biggest one is holding your breath, which is like hilarious, because obviously you could get very lightheaded from doing that, especially if you're doing a long session. But that is what we do. We hold our breath and we paint. Okay, so especially when it comes to stuff like lines and fine details, okay, and that is what that one looks like. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. So let's take a look at all of the nail arts that we did, because we did so many. Okay. From easy to not as easy. I feel like this actually should have been before. This one is easier. Oh, the long nail struggle. Yeah, the pinky, it helps. So if you practice going like this, or even if your hand is down, you need your pinky to angle. So a lot of times when people paint, they go like this. They move their hand this way. But if you angle your pinky and you move these fingers, it gives you more stability than doing this. This is hard. This makes it a lot simpler. So it's usually just like that. Okay, wait, let me show you guys the other designs. Got all distracted. But I don't know, you guys are used to me being distracted and all over the place. I saw someone write a comment on one of my previous lives, and they're like, man, Deb is spacey. Yeah, someone wrote a comment on one of our lives being like, wow, you are really spacey. And I get it. It does come across that way, especially when I'm trying to do the nail art and read the comments and answer questions and think about the next step that I have to do for the design. I can come across really spacey. And even if you know me really well, sometimes I can also be very spacey because I'm thinking about a lot of different things. But I'm not always like that, I promise. Here we go. I'm trying to arrange them. I wish I arranged it in a prettier way, but that's okay. Whoops, that part was a little bit wet. But these are the looks. I feel like this is a very cohesive looking set.
So cute.
I think I actually want to put this here so that way we break up the green and green next to each other. Yes. So that's pretty much it. Did you guys like this live? Even though it was quite long and we had so many things to do and Kimmy, were you the one who left the comment? I can't remember who left the comment. It's okay. I don't take it personally. Don't worry. I have pretty thick skin because I feel like the first or second year...
No.
The first or second year that I started working for Maniology, I took photos of something and it came out so bad. And Tiana knows yeah, you guys aren't going to know which one it was because, I mean, you'd have to scroll for years to find it, but it was a really rough one. And I don't know, especially doing all these lives in general, you gotta have some thick skin. Reading all the comments on Facebook every time a Mani by Me drops, you gotta have thick skin for this kind of stuff. Because honestly, not everybody's gonna be into the same thing, and that's okay. We have something for everyone. If it didn't work out for you this month, try again next month, or take a look at our past boxes. We've always got 1,010,000 products, tons and tons of stuff. Yay, I love that you guys are enjoying it and you really like the looks that we created today. If you have any comments or ideas for our next live, make sure you tell us. We all have to learn the process. I'm trying to read all these things. Oh, no, you guys are sweet. This is the sweet group of people. I'm not talking about you all. I'm talking about, well, I don't even know the names anymore of like the people that used to say a lot of crazy things. I just stopped listening.
It doesn't even matter anymore.
Yeah, it doesn't. Some people just, we've got something for everybody. So if this one isn't for you, I promise you we got something else for you. It's your creative journey, and I hope you guys really enjoyed this live. I had so much fun with everyone. Yeah, I think that pretty much sums it up. I don't think we have any questions, do we, T?
No, I think you inspired a decent amount of people, though.
Yay, okay. Go out into the nail art world, create a bunch of FAIRYCORE designs, and if you do, make sure you tag us. I love seeing your FAIRYCORE things and all your nail art designs. And I hope you guys have an amazing week. Yes, go forth and create. Talk to you guys later. Bye, everyone.